Welcome back, everybody. So, Gotham Season 5, Episode 1, named Year Zero. Now, where do I begin with this? Honestly, I was so excited and so on board to watch this episode. I only watched it yesterday morning, and I was not disappointed in any way, shape or form. It was a reasonably slowish kind of episode, but I kind of expected that anyway. Start of most Gotham series, they just reintroduce the characters to you, but as a whole, as a general, the actual episode was really, really good. So this first episode in this new season follows 87 days on after the events of the end of season 4. Gotham is basically being cut off from the world. The world won't help them. There is no help, and different parts of this area of Gotham are being controlled by certain villains like the Scarecrow, Sirens, and many, many others. If you've seen the episode, and chances are most of you probably have by now, I actually really enjoyed this. I really did. It has that sense of feel of being this last season, to the point is that the beginning of this episode is a little bit of a sneak peek to that very last episode, or even the very end of Gotham, to be honest. Like I said, you get the reintroductions to all the other different villains in this. So we got the return of the Riddler. Obviously, he's been brought back to life by Hugo Strange. He doesn't know where he is. He keeps ending up in this place. It's absolutely fantastic little bit of a storyline. It's not, he doesn't do much, but you're kind of intrigued to what's going on with him, and I can't wait to see more in future episodes. Moving on to Selina Kyle, obviously she is now paralysed. She is trying to kill herself, and she's kind of even blaming Bruce Wayne a little bit for this as well. It's very, very interesting. But even in that episode, there is hints to somebody called the Witch, which is blatantly Lee Tompkins. I got near enough 100% convinced that the Witch in this is Lee Tompkins. If not that, it's something to do with Hugo Strange, but I'm pretty sure it's Lee Tompkins. Also reintroduction of the Penguin. He is just as he normally is, as in past seasons. But unfortunately in this episode we do get that kind of sad little moment at the end of Tabitha. But with Hugo Strange around, I'm not 100% sure that is going to be the last we see of her. Obviously, we also get the Scarecrow in this as well. It's absolutely fantastic. He actually has a reasonably decent role in this, where they basically siege Gotham PD. I've always wanted to see a little bit more of the Scarecrow, and in this first episode, I finally got my wish, and it didn't disappoint me in any way. Now, okay, let's move on to some very interesting bits in this episode, which I noticed. First of all, I'm going to go on to Bruce Wayne. You don't see him a huge amount in this, but he is an influence in this episode. He is starting to help out Jim Gordon. There's also a very particular fight scene in this episode which reminds me of Batman Begins, the first appearance of Batman in Batman Begins. It was very, very well done. He can tell he has grown up. He's taken a little bit more responsibility. He's trying to help out the people of Gotham that are stuck on this island as well. It's actually really, really good. I actually enjoyed watching his character, even though he wasn't in there much this episode. I'm pretty sure that is going to change over the next 6 or 7 episodes. I know it. And then we have two even more interesting points. The obvious one is the return of Jeremiah, aka now confirmed as the Joker. We also get to see a little bit of a sneak glimpse of Harley Quinn as well in there, which is really, really interesting. It was just setting up the next episode, really. But here's the most interesting point. Well, for me anyway, it's another interesting point in this episode. If you've seen it, a little kid goes to Gotham PD, and then he kind of says, "Killing my brothers and sisters." To me, that spells the introduction of Mother and Orphan, which was teased at the end of season 4, which I'm really, really looking forward to see how they go with this. Also, they tease Man-Bat as well in this, and obviously we have Bane in this episode as well. These are all good things. This episode is more of a setup episode for the rest of the season. I can't wait to see the next episode and the whole of the season. For a first episode, yes, it was a little bit slower than what I expected, but I get what they're doing. They're just reintroducing the characters, trying to set up the storyline for this last season. But to me, I enjoyed it. I wasn't bored at all in any way, shape or form through this. I was kind of interested to see what's happened to Gotham since the end of season 4. But yes, I am so on board. So on that note, if you've watched this episode, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below. If you haven't watched this episode, when you've watched it, please put it in the comments down below what you think. On that note, I hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care and goodbye.